Hi everybody. So I made an attempt to move the microphone slash camera because sitting on top of that air compressor was like sitting on top of a nuclear bomb whenever that damn thing would go off. And I'd like to thank my friend Ted for the for the safety deflectors, also known as just sticking a couple of paper towel rolls, but very smart nonetheless. So at this point, both of the skins are on. Praise and hallelujah. And now I'm running the rest of all of the cables and tightening up any of the zip ties that I'm allowed to tighten, and then cutting off any of the excess. So I'm running both the rudder cables. So one of the things you need to do is you're going to have some sleeves to put in for some holes to let cables and stuff through. And you're going to want to cut slits in those, because if you ever need to put something else that's in one of those, then you need to have a slit in them, because normally the head of a lot of these cables is a lot bigger than the actual cable itself. And so, like a coax, the coax head is, 9 millimeters across, while the cable's only like 3. You can't slide that thing through some of the smaller sleeves, so you have to cut a slit through the side so that you can open up that sleeve, pop the cable in, and then, because they're really hard plastic, and once you actually put them through their holes, everything is fine. So you got to make sure all of those are in. And any of them that you may have put in prematurely that hadn't had slits cut through them, you have to kind of pop them out and find a way to do it, which you see me doing here, because my dumb ass put about 3 in without putting the slits in the side. That's my little assistant cat purring and rubbing herself onto the microphone. So let's see. I pretty much already run everything through to the back. The only thing I hadn't done was, like I said, the rudder cables. Now, one thing about the rudder cables is there's already slits for them on the side. You have to wrestle a little bit to let the heads of the cables go through the slits. Don't worry about it. You won't do any damage. And then you have to secure the rudder cable down with 2 pieces of composite, which get pop riveted in place, and there are some washers that they want you to use so that it has some resistance on the backside of the composite material. Now, I need to double check to see. I might be wrong about this. The rivets, so the washers that are in the plans don't really grab the rivets. You basically need like number 4s. I swear the assignment of the washers shows a number 6, but it really needs to be number 4. You use a number 6, then the rivet will not catch the washer. It'll just form on the inside. But if you use a number 4, then which is smaller aperture, obviously, then when you start to pull that pop rivet, it will grab, and then you'll have basically it's just a washer to distribute the pressure of the pop rivet against the composite material. And that composite material just looks like white fiberglass. Or white plastic, will help, and it guides the rudder cable to both sides. So now I'm starting on something very interesting that I would like to talk about, and that is doing the static system for the pitot static system. So much like if you see in Pipers, the static air ports are in the back of the fuselage in the tail cone when you get some nice clean air, because you don't want it to be affected by any kind of pressure. It's not a pitot, it's the static. You just want static air pressure. You don't want it to be forced in or out for any reason. So what you see me doing right now is running a 1/8 inch ID clear plastic line that's been cut to a specific length and tying it down to the front bulkhead, pardon me. Now the static ports in a Vans actually are two pop rivets, and these pop rivets, once you pop them, have a beautiful little like flat surface on the outside with a hole, and then it goes to the inside where it's kind of mushroomed, but the 1/8 inch uh, ID line that you have fits snugly right over it, which I then zip tie. Oh, and look at that. We're just out of time. We will pick this up in the next video. See ya.